Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Total Hall Morning Show. It is June 18th, 2024. John is filling in again. Annette is feeling under the weather today. So,
yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're back. We're back here. And it is a big week every year. We always celebrate Mccartney's birthday. Of course, the Big Beatle is still around, still putting out new music. We'll get to that. Birthdays and days of the week with John. Got some trade-ins, got some good new vinyl. They did not update the record store day charts this week. I don't know why, but they're a week behind. So I'll have to just do the best I can with that. But what do you got for days of the week? What do we got? What do we got for
today we've got it's International Sushi Day.
It's been a long time since I've had sushi.
Yeah, same. I'm not like the biggest fan, but I keep trying it because everyone loves it.
You try it and you're like, eh.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just
Not your thing.
people lose their minds over it. But either way,
they do.
It's a good day to have some sushi if you celebrate. And also, speaking of fish, it's National Fishing Day.
Oh, there you go.
And it's also National Clean Your Aquarium Day.
A lot of fish-related, big fishing day, big fish-related day.
Yeah, for whatever reason. And then it's also, we like this one, retail store, National Splurge Day.
There you go.
So
Splurge on buy a new turntable or some records today. National Splurge
yeah, if you
Day.
needed a sign, this is your sign.
That's your sign right there.
So yeah, those are the big ones.
Okay.
And that's also, as you mentioned, McCartney's birthday.
Is it today or is it?
I believe it is.
It is
let me
today.
confirm.
I know, and Brian Wilson's is always right close behind. I know that.
Yeah. June 18th.
June 18th. Today is McCartney's birthday.
So for that, I pulled a couple of solo Paul records. Got a half-speed master of Wings Wildlife. $37, new, sealed. 2021. And also this one, Chaos and Creation in the Backyard.
Which is a very underrated record. I just brought that record back in because I like it so much.
Yeah, it's a good album.
It's not really easily found, but very much underrated album.
Yeah.
And I've got the new McCartney one-hand clapping Paul McCartney and Wings. This is a live in '74 record. This just came out last Friday. It's a live studio sessions from '74, newly mixed, available for the first time. 2 180-gram slabs. Abbey Road includes Band on the Run, Junior's Farm, Let It Be, Long and Winding Road. So yeah, a little new McCartney for you too.
Nice. Yeah, and since we won't be doing the show on Thursday, Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, he's got a birthday the 20th, and
Are they the same year, Aunt McCartney and him, both 82?
pretty sure they are. Let me find out.
So McCartney's 82. Brian Wilson, I think, is going to be 82 as well.
Yep.
Yep, they'll be 82
he
as
is.
well. They're just
And
a week apart.
yeah, those guys, it's crazy that they're born so close together, and they've got a lot of crossover with their talent and their mutual admiration.
Yep.
I pulled a copy of Pet Sounds of one of the best albums ever. And this one's the newer Coke Bottle Clear that we have here in store, $34. It looks like this is probably the newer stereo mix. It sounds very good. And also we've got this first release solo album that we've got on sale. We got our orange promo on it. And this is actually a pretty good album. So it's 35 plus, what is this?
20%.
20% off of that. So I think with a
2,
28.
4, 6, $7 off.
Yeah, so this is a old, I think, record store day,
$20.
maybe, I'm not sure. But either way, it's a cool record, and if you haven't heard it, check it out.
It is Friday music, so it's probably on like blue vinyl or something. Friday music stuff's always so expensive, but they do put it on colored vinyl, and it usually does sound really good.
Yeah, for sure. And I have an original of this.
Do you?
Yeah, it's a cool album. I haven't listened to it in a long time, but I remember, yeah, it's, kind of in the same vein as the classic Brian Wilson sound. It's a little more updated for the modern times, but it's a good album.
Huh. So yeah, like I said, I was going to do the record store day chart, and they didn't update it. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'll have to just circle back. So what I did instead is I pulled out some new releases. So Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park released a new record this week, Post Traumatic. This is the deluxe. One is on this one's on orange vinyl, and this one's on Zoetrope picture disc. And the prices are totally different. $56 for the Zoetrope, $36 for the orange vinyl. But yeah, if you're into Linkin Park and seeing where they go with it, it even has kind of the cover. It looks a little bit like a Linkin Park album.
Yeah, definitely.
Has that kind of feel to it. For those of you who are Jimmy Buffett fans, Father's Day was just over this weekend. Jimmy Buffett is releasing 10 of his albums. He's doing them in 3 LP groups. So the first one and then the first 3, so first 4 total. We have 2 more groups of 3 coming. I think they're doing them every month. So we'll get a group in July, we'll get a group in August. But the first 3 came out, so this is Songs You Know by Heart, which is basically our greatest hits from 1985. All his hits at the time, which is kind of crazy. And Jimmy Buffett records have been hard to get. Even before he died,
yeah,
they sold really well.
Used ones don't last long when you get them in.
There's A1A, which is one that I don't know that I've ever seen. I've probably seen a couple used, but not very often. Tin Cup Chalice, Pirate Looks at 40. So there's some big songs on that one. $29. Here's Living and Dying in 3/4 Times. Got a big old shark on the back. Love it. $29. And Fruitcakes, which I don't think has ever been on vinyl because it came out in 1994. It would make sense that it was never put on vinyl. 2 LP. First time on vinyl, says right on the hype sticker. $34. So we're really excited to get all these. Russell Kunkel. He did a lot of producing for Buffett in the 90s. And a lot of those records obviously were put on vinyl. So they're focusing obviously kind of on different eras, but yeah, we're going to get more Buffett this summer. Well, the first group is out. I know maybe you guys aren't the biggest Buffett fans, or maybe you know someone who is. It is a really good time to pick that stuff up because you can get it. And I've been having trouble keeping the new album in. I mean, all this stuff that comes out it seems to be short printed. There's either a lot of people buying
Seems
it,
like it.
or it sells out. So I don't know if they're not making enough or they have a million fans. I don't know.
Yeah, it's smart to keep it print enough to sell, and then worry about demand later. I guess maybe that's what some of those manufacturers are doing.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how they're doing it, but they do always sell out. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Last week we covered a bunch of Kiss stuff we got traded in, and it wasn't priced well. We sold some, but we have this Kiss Unplugged 2 LP. It was only $40, which seems really fair. So if you guys are into Kiss or MTV Unplugged stuff, 2 LP for that seems fair.
Yeah, we also just got the first Kiss album, and this is it's an earlier pressing. It's not, I don't think, a very first one, but yeah, pretty good condition. We ran it through the cleaner. We got 45 on
The
it.
cover on it doesn't even have any ring wear.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice. You don't see it. They're usually pretty beat up, so this one you don't see very often.
What was the hit off the first Kiss album? You know what it was?
I know I got Strutter on there.
Okay.
But they probably got a few. Black Diamond. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure someone in the comments will let us know if the big ones were missing.
Yeah, Ray, you're down in the Jimmy Buffett Central down there in New Orleans. Down there, that's his ground down there. So totally get there's a lot of parrot heads, but how many parrot heads are in the vinyl? I don't know. It seems there's enough. So I don't, that's great.
Deuce.
I love
Yeah,
it.
that must be the one.
Deuce was probably the big hit off the first one. What's with the underwater covers?
I don't know. Is that oh, okay. Because what's her name?
Billie Eilish and the Marias.
I was thinking Wise Blood. That album. She's underwater in the bedroom.
Well,
so yeah, they are all doing that.
I don't know, and they're all blue. They're all underwater. Anyway, the new Billie Eilish. I've heard Lunch. I'm starting to hear a lot of these singles off this record. And
yeah, me too.
They're not.
I like her.
They're not terrible.
She's pretty good.
I'm listening like, okay, it's like, yeah, it's Billie Eilish, but it's still fresh. It still feels.
Yeah, I like the original songs that came out, and then every one I've heard I thought was pretty good.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a reason why that's killing it right now. The Marias were on the top of the chart last week. I thought this was an indie rock band, but the more I listen to it, it's more of like it's almost like a new Paramore. It's like pop rock with a female singer, a little more poppy, but yeah, that's doing really well as well. The underwater covers are dominating right now.
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to this record?
I never did, but I remember hearing about it when it came out.
Monsters of Folk. It is a group. Jim James, Mike Moog's, Connor Oberst, and M. Ward put out one record together about 10 years ago. Is it 20? Is this the 10-year anniversary? I don't know. 09 album. God, it's getting old. I remember when it came out. But really good album. If you're into any of those artists, Jim James, Connor Oberst, M. Ward, check this out. I don't think it's ever been on vinyl because it came out in 09. If it did, it was really short pressed. That got reissued. I'm excited about that. I'm going to flip it over to John. He's got some trade-ins.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
We got some good stuff this week, as always.
Well, we got a couple of pretty cool Radiohead 10 inches. Not sure why they put these out on 10-inch vinyl, but we've had them on 12 and 10.
So they originally, when they first pressed them, they came out on these double 10s.
Okay.
And then when they reissued them since, they've only been on 12-inch. But so yeah, these are the older pressings.
Yeah, we got $30. Classic albums came out around the same time. Radiohead trade-ins always do well.
Yep.
It's always good stuff.
Frank says when he worked at a record store in Florida, Jimmy Buffett was always really popular. I get it. I'm a big Ed. I'm a big Buffett fan. Yeah, Buffett always sells. And I guess he was spotted at Saints games. That's pretty cool. But
Nice.
Monsters of Folk, Joan Baez is pretty scary. Agreed. But this is modern folk. But it'd be crazy if Monsters of older folk. I mean, Baez would probably be in there. But
yeah, we got Bob Dylan and...
Yeah, who would the old Monsters of Folk be? Dylan, Joan Baez, probably Joni Mitchell, and we need another guy.
I don't know. So many of them.
I know there's a lot of
dead.
That's a lot of the problem. Probably you'd have to throw like Arlo Guthrie in there or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say Woody Guthrie.
There you go. Woody's gone. Is Arlo still around?
Probably.
Is Arlo Guthrie still around, guys? Put it in the chat.
All right. So then next up, we've got a Cure album.
Donovan. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, Donovan. Torn Down, Mixed Up Emotions. Not sure what this album is, but it looks like remixes or...
I believe, is this Torn Down? So they did two versions of this. They did an acoustic one, they did an electronic one.
Okay.
I think this is the acoustic one. Torn Down, Mixed Up. I believe, let me look it up.
It's got a lot of... Sounds like this... Drowning Waves mix, Bright Birds mix. So yeah, I'm not sure about that, but yeah, never seen that before.
It is a sequel to the 1990 album Mixed Up, released on Record Store Day 2018. So it is a Record Store Day. Remastered version of Mixed Up, a 3-disc deluxe, and Mixed Up extras. It still doesn't tell me what it is. I believe
It says Robert Smith did the remixes, so
Yes, he announced it in '09. Say it would be a double album. Our favorite bands remixing Cure songs. But the final product instead featured 16 new mixes done by Smith himself, selecting one song from each album in chronological order. Huh.
wow.
They have that many albums?
Seems like that.
Jesus Christ.
Seems like every record store has
Yeah,
a picture disc
That's
that comes
true.
out. So,
that's true.
oh,
So there you have it. It's new remixes of songs.
yeah, and then I also pulled up. Speaking of monsters of folk, got Mumford and Sons "Sigh No More," which we sell a lot of these new. So
The new price has gone up a lot, so now you can pick up the used one for 20. I think new they're like almost $30 now. Hey, Arlo's still alive. Let's put him in the Monsters of Folk, Monsters of Old Folk.
yeah,
All
it's a
right.
good pick.
Yeah, I like that one. Napoleon Dynamite soundtrack. I mean, that speaks for itself. Let's see what it's got on here, though.
I'm trying to think of the songs that were in that movie.
So what's
Cyndi Lauper, remember that from the. That's on there.
Yeah, The Promise at the end of the movie with When in Rome. It's got Alphaville, Forever Young, Only You by Yaz, Canned Heat by Jamiroquai, Sometimes You Gotta Make It Alone by Money Mark, Rogue Wave, Every Moment, and I Want Candy by Bow Wow Wow. And then, so LP1 is all the songs. LP2 is a bunch of dialogue.
Weird.
How fun is that? You can put it on in here whatever I feel like. Do you speak English? Vote for me, vote for Pedro. So that's pretty cool. It's got an alternate ending and alternate ending montage on there too. So
Wow.
pretty cool that they put that all together.
Yeah, and since we're on soundtracks, I know we got a lot of diehard Twilight fans in the audience. Well, they just put out the original soundtracks for the first one and for New Moon.
These things were huge. All the record stores got tons of them. We're moving. We've sold a few. We haven't sold them. I don't know them, but we've sold them.
Yeah, there's
But look at the artists
good
on it.
bands on here.
The lineup is really good.
We got Muse, Paramore, Linkin Park, Collective Soul, Iron and Wine on the first one, and then we got Death Cab, Tom York, The Killers, Bon Iver, St. Vincent, OK Go. Yeah, it's a pretty.
I mean, whoever was doing the soundtracks in these early 2000s really knew what they were doing. They got some good stuff on them.
It's definitely better than the actual film, I would guess.
Yeah.
'Cause I've seen it. It's not very good.
I somehow, well, I must have, I don't know if I watched it. If I wasn't, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, it's very weird. I saw it recently. It's a super bizarre movie.
The new Decemberists, of course, we have that in still. 2 LP, $36. Decemberists haven't put out something in a while. Some other good stuff that came in. AJR The Click Deluxe. This record was selling for like $100.
Oh, wow.
So I'm glad they finally reissued it. Of course, OK Orchestra was the one after it, I believe. Back in print, so keeps the prices down at reasonable levels. So that's good to see. We got a bunch of Rush restocked. For whatever reason, recently, we have been getting wiped out of Rush stuff. So I added some stuff to the bin. We got Farewell to Kings, Signals, Moving Pictures, and Hemispheres all in stock in the rack. And John's got some more used stuff. So let's see what he's got.
Yeah, we've had some good Queen come in, including this jazz that has the poster with
Naked
naked
bikers.
ladies on bikes that we put all of them in the cleaner, so these are like new. And then we also have News of the World, which has got.
We Will Rock You?
Yeah, We Are the Champions.
We Are the Champions, yeah.
So lots of good songs on that. It's a good album. And then Sheer Heart Attack. Yeah, we got 25 on Sheer Heart Attack. It's pretty good. We got 50 on Jazz. It's a higher end one with that poster. And 30 on News of the World. And these, yeah, all very good condition.
The poster is hard to find. Forget. The poster itself is probably worth more than the record is, so.
Yeah, it's a cool poster.
Yeah, I mean, I can't post it because all the naked ladies, but I pull
Get in trouble.
I took some cool record store day stuff in on trade this week. You guys remember this piece? This Johnny Ramone? No, it's Joey Ramone. What's it? Wait.
He gets all the Ramones.
It's Morrissey curates the Ramones.
That's interesting.
It is a record store day item from Black Friday 2014. Look, it was originally bought here for $23. Look, it's numbered, and it's going for $60 now. It's traded back in this week. Never opened. Really cool piece. If you're into the Ramones or you don't have that, they only made 9,000 copies of these back hell, and almost 10 years ago. Record's 10 years old. It's never been opened. So, pretty cool piece. You want to take one? You want to take? I don't know. Pick one.
Yeah, I'll take Neil Young.
Okay.
And we get a lot of Neil Young, but we usually don't get the big ones, Harvest or After the Gold Rush. And this one, yeah, pretty mint shape that we put through the ultrasonic cleaner. We got $20 on it. Classic album. Cover almost no wear on it at all. Very clean. Nice copy.
For you 80s rockers, Tesla Mechanical Resonance Original VG Plus. We got 45 on it. There was a reissue of this, but they're long gone.
Yeah.
Because this came out in 1986.
And I should say, I think I put a same album with a promo cover on the website.
Ooh.
And I think it's 60, something like that we have on that. And
that one's 45.
Yeah, so it's for whatever reason, you don't see that record ever, and then we get two in the same 2-week period.
Pick one out.
I'll do
the Beatles.
Classic Beatles. So here's one. Introducing the Beatles. Usually a bootleg, but this one is not. And it's actually pretty good.
Cover's really nice.
Good cover. Yeah, and this one, VG condition, so if it was in really good shape, it'd probably be selling for quite a lot more. But yeah, we got $30 on this, and yeah, it's pretty rare to not see the bootleg version. But
9 out of 10 that come in are the bootleg, and you can tell by the spindle hole, the printing. The cover has some telltale signs on it. The color band on the record is telltale signs. Unfortunately, the vinyl on this one was just more in the VG range. It's a $30 record, but yeah, if it's near mint vinyl, that's a $100 record all day. Next up is Bob Dylan Biograph, which is a 5 LP box. Looks like all different eras. From Lay Lady Lay, Times They Are Changing, Mr. Tambourine Man. So it's all the way up into the mid-70s. This thing came out in there's songs into the 80s. This came out in 85. So yeah, I see that there's different, songs from different eras. And it's cool is a lot of these are unreleased or live versions or live unreleased tracks, basement tapes. But yeah, the box, it's $45, which isn't bad for 5 albums. But every record has its own sleeve. I'm not going to pull them all out, but
yeah, I think they're all in pretty good shape too.
Yeah, the records are like brand new. Look at $1 Million Bash recorded live at Woodstock. I mean, how cool is that? Yeah, box is in good shape. LPs are in good shape. $45.
Okay. And then lastly, we got, I think we may have showed this already, but it's the band Poison album, or the band cover. And yeah, the 80s hard rock stuff's always
Always in demand.
it's always good to get it in. Doesn't happen that often, and it's a lot of their covers they had between Poison, Bon Jovi, Guns N' Roses, they all had a censor and put out a new cover.
Well, that's kind of what we got for you this week, guys. We're still sorting. There's a lot of stuff happening in the store. This is kind of our slow season, so we take advantage of that. We got a room upstairs the room is finished. We're waiting for shelving, so we move books upstairs. We're looking to expand our CD section. We got a bunch of stereo equipment coming in. Of course, we're pretty loaded up right now. We're going to have some more Yamaha gear coming in. So lots of stuff happening. We'll put dibs on that Beatles for you, bud.
Yeah.
Lots of kind of moving around. We're trying to get a vintage shop across the street. So we're lots of behind the scenes boring stuff going on. Remodel, repaint, fixing, cleaning things up, going through stuff. A lot of that going on in the store, as well as collections. Man, they've been coming in.
Yeah.
Not so much, knock on wood, this week as in like the last 2 days, but the 2 weeks prior. I mean, it was just collection after collection after collection.
Yeah, we got some big ones and still a lot of stuff to go through. So we'll probably find some good stuff to pull from those in the next few weeks.
Yeah, it's going to take us a couple weeks just to get through the stuff. So, well, thanks so much for watching, guys. Let's see here. Before we go, pre-order for Aphex Twin Ambient Works Line 2. I'll get on that. I'm ordering records today. And, we will see you guys next week. Have a great June, and go enjoy some McCartney and some fish today.